সুপ্রিয় শিক্ষার্থীবৃন্দ, আজকে আমরা একটা নতুন টপিক নিয়ে আলোচনা করব। আমাদের আজকের টপিক হলো the roots and its relation to uptake and absorption of nutrient from the soil. আমরা জানি মনোকট এবং ডাইকট দুই ধরনের প্ল্যান্ট আছে ফ্লাওয়ারিং প্ল্যান্টের ক্ষেত্রে। এখানে মনোকটের রুট সিস্টেম হলো, ডাইকটের রুট সিস্টেম হলো ট্যাপ রুট সিস্টেম, আর মনোকটের রুট সিস্টেম হলো অ্যাডভেন্টিসিয়াস অথবা ফাইব্রাস রুট সিস্টেম। এখন আমরা দেখি what are the objectives of this lesson. The number one objective is to get an idea about roots and its structure, and number two, to know the relationship between roots and nutrient uptake. So these two topics will be covered by our today lesson or discussion. If we can see a plant, the image of a plant, this is a complete plant, flowering plant, and this mustard, there is two portions, a shoot and the root. In the root, the nutrient and water will be absorbed by the root, and which can be transported from the root to the shoot and finally reach to the leaf and other growing portion of the plant. So this area is our interest, so we'll be concentrate how the roots is related to nutrient and water uptake. So what are the functions of roots? One of the important functions is penetrate into soil for anchorage of the plant. Uptake of nutrients and water for growth and development of crop plants. This is most important, and this we are mainly interested of this focal point. Conduction of water and nutrients through vascular bundle, especially the xylem. Sometimes roots can store food material in the parenchymatous tissue, for example sweet potato, carrot, radish, etc., and other tuberous crops. And finally produce some hormones like auxin group. In the auxin group, the indole acetic acid, indole butyric acid can be synthesized or produced by the roots. The root zone, if we see the very young root which composed of three distinct zones. This root hairy zone, the root elongation zone. In this area the meristematic activity is very high, and finally in the tip there is a root tip or root cap zone, and outside there is a layer which is known as mucicell, which is mainly composed of gelatinous substances that is secreted by the root. This is an internal structure of a plant root. The outermost layer is epidermis, and which is composed of root hair. Root hair is the extension of an epidermal cell, and in the epidermis there is no cuticle, and this type of epidermis is known as epiplema. And below the epidermis there is cortex. Below the cortex there is a layer which is known as endodermis. In the endodermis the green is suberin, and this is Casparian strip. This is composed of suberin like lipid body, and inside this is the stele, and the outermost layer is pericycle. The pericycle is responsible for the production of secondary or lateral roots. This is the vascular bundle, mainly vessel, and there is two pathway. There is one pathway is apoplastic through the intercellular space and medullary area. No direct pathway through the cell. This is through the cell, which is known as transmembrane or symplastic movement. The root parameters related to plant nutritional studies or research: the root length, the length of all roots, not any individual root or not the longest root. The root mass, the weight, that is the oven dry or fresh weight of roots, all the roots. Root volume, all the root volume. Root surface area, all the root surface area. This surface area can be measured by the titration method, or nowadays we can measure by root image scanner or root image scanner meter. The root length density, the total root length divided by root mass. Root shoot ratio, generally the root and shoot weight ratio. The plasma membrane and biological membrane. Functions of biological membrane: act as a permeability barrier which controls and coordinates the rate of diffusion and transport of nutrient elements and organic substances. Protect the protoplasm and organelle from the external environment. Act as a cytoskeleton of orientation of enzymes. Serve as a vehicle for transport of substances from one organelle to another. Supports the synthesis of various macromolecules. Controls the movement of nutrient elements, nutrients solid from one portion to another portion of cell. Compounds which polar groups such as hydroxyl, carboxyl, amide, and aldehyde and other inorganic salt pass through slowly. So those are the main function of biological membrane, and this will be helpful for our further studies in relation to the absorption and transportation of nutrient. The structure of biological membrane is phospholipid bilayer. This is transmembrane protein. This is the phospholipid. This is one layer. This is another layer. Together bilayer. This is a single unit of a layer. This head hydrophilic side. This tail hydrophobic side. This is composed of lipid body. This is the hydrophilic or head group. Three types of protein are present in the membrane. Number 1, enzymatic protein. Number 2, carrier protein. Number 3, the structural protein. This is the most important, the thread-like connection between two adjacent cells. This is known as plasmodesmata. The plasmodesmata composed of desmotubule, cytoplasmic strip, and this is the endoplasmic reticulum extension from one cell to another cell. So component of plasmodesmata, plasma membrane, cytoplasmic strip, and desmotubule. This is 3 components. Characteristics or function of plasmodesmata: thread-like structure, connection between two adjacent plant cells, create intercellular continuum. Two types of plasma, primary and secondary. Primary is formed during the cell division and secondary in the mature cell. A typical plant cell contains 10 to the power 3 and 2 10 to the power 5 plasmodesmata between two adjacent cells. The size of its plasmodesmata is 50 to 60 nanometer in diameter. So those are the main characteristics of plasmodesmata. Actually, plasmodesmata function is to transport of nutrient from one cell to another cell through this spore-like or thread-like structure. Another is transport of information from one cell to another cell, and another function is to carry stimuli from one cell to another cell. So this is very important for plant nutritional studies. The rhizosphere, this is important. This is very close to the root, a vicinity which is 1 to 3 millimeter is area which is affected by the activity of root, and here the microorganism activity is very high than the bulk soil. The microorganism, two types of microorganism are found in the rhizosphere. One is the beneficial, another is pathogenic. The beneficial among them, the bacteria, is known as plant growth promoting rhizobacteria, which is known as also PGPR. Mucigel, we have already discussed. The main function of the mucigel is to make a continuum between the soil particles to the root for absorption of nutrient. To make a continuous structure so that the nutrient and water can easily make a continuous flow. The root mucil is a variety of organic and inorganic substance released by the root, which is known as root exudates. There are various types of substances present in the root exudate. Among them, carbohydrate, nitrogenous compound, organic acid, fatty substances, growth regulators, nucleotides, miscellaneous. Among the carbohydrate, glucose, fructose, sucrose, maltose, raffinose, galactose, ribose, xylose, arabinose, oligosaccharide, etc. Nitrogenous compound, protein, amino acid, enzyme, etc. Organic acid, citric acid, malic acid, propionic acid, succinic acid, etc. Fatty substances, palmitic, stearic, oleic acid, etc. Growth regulators, biotin, thiamine, niacin, choline, etc. Nucleotide, adenine, guanine, uridine, cytidine. Miscellaneous oxygen, organic phosphorus, etc. So those are the all about this we have discussed, and this is the we have discussed in the relation of root for the nutrient uptake. So what we learned from this lesson, we learned the function of roots, the different types of functions, and the root parameters related to the research activity or nutritional studies. Root structure, both external and internal, plasmodesmata, most important thing, rhizosphere, and root exudate. This is all about what we have discussed in this lesson. So next lesson we shall discuss on the uptake of nutrients, which might be the root interception, mass flow, and diffusion process. Thank you very much.